Walkthrough on how to use Fusion 360 to create isometric drawings. And the first thing you want to do is make sure that your part or design is in multiple bodies. As you can see here, I have my bracket body, my pin body, my screw one body, and the base body. This design does not serve any particular purpose other than just to show you how to create the drawings, and so it's something that I put together real quick. Now, to get started, all you have to do is move to the file and new drawing from design. You have a couple of options here, in which case you can use a full assembly. You can create a new drawing. In this case, that's what we want to do, and a few more options such as ISO or millimeters. We can go ahead and leave these all as default, as they will work for us. So I'll go ahead and click OK. Now at this point in time, Fusion will take a few seconds to move to the next step, depending on exactly how big your assembly is. And so just give it a moment until it loads. Good. So now at this point, we are able to place a new base drawing. Usually in orthographic drawings or orthographic projections, you have a top view, a plan view, and a side view. The very first view that we're going to place here is known as the base view, and that's exactly what is needed of us right now. And so you can see we have a few options here. We can choose the orientation in which we want our base view to be, whether that is the front orientation or looking at it from the top. I'll go ahead and change this so that you can see the effect. Maybe we can try the right hand side. So I'll go ahead and pick the top view. I think that's a better one. Maybe let's use right. Yeah, right is good. So I'll go ahead and click there so that it knows where we're going to place it, and then hit OK. Now, just before I hit OK, some few things to note here. You can change the style of the drawing that you want to achieve, where you just have visible edges, or you can have visible and hidden lines. You can make it shaded and even shaded with hidden lines. In industry standard, you usually want to go with the default option, which is visible edges, as it makes it look a lot less cluttered. The other option that we have here is scale, in case it's looking a bit too small, or this really depends on the size of your object, because this drawing here is A3 size. And so I feel mine looks a bit small, so I'll go ahead and make it 1:3 scale and make it look a bit bigger. That's better. And now I'll go ahead and click OK. So that's your first drawing. Now you can very quickly create different views, that is from the side and from the top, from this base drawing. And the way to do that is you move to your projected view on the top left, click the base view from which you want to make different projections, and then you can simply move to the right, for example, in order to get a view from the side. Click and it will place the side view. Then you can move downwards to create a view from the front, or from the top rather. In this case, it's trying to create a view from the bottom, so I'll move upwards in order for it to have a view from the top instead of from the bottom, and I'll click there. You can also go ahead and move to a specific angle in order to get an isometric view. But in this case, we don't want an isometric view. So once I've created the last one, I'll just right click and hit OK to exit the command. Now I can drag my base view downwards just to space these out. Yeah, that should do. And we're already far down the line of creating a good drawing. The next part of the drawing is adding particular dimensions. It will pick all the dimension data from the design that you already made. And so all you need to do is tell it between what points you want to annotate a dimension. And the way to do that is to come to the dimension tool up here. And for example, click this line. It already knows what that line is in terms of millimeters, and you can just click for that dimension to stay there. Another example, maybe I want this shaft or its diameter. I can click that point and that point to give you that dimension. As you can see, in this case, it's 50. Now, the default unit is millimeters, as we selected that earlier, and so 50 millimeters is what it is. In the bottom right, you should be able to add a default unit, or rather specify what unit your drawing is in, but we'll come to that later. Right, from this point, you're basically done with your drawing, and so we can end this walkthrough at that particular point. Thank you.